All right. Look.
Listen and learn.
Very good. So people are, you guys are paying attention. Remember, that's our attention getter whenever I need to call your attention back up here. So what I'm going to do for the next question is going to be more interactive. I know it's not so, I know it takes a lot of energy to have you guys stay seated in your chairs for so long, and I don't want you guys to get bored too easily. So the next activity is actually you get to stand up. However, I'm only going to call you guys by your groups, meaning people who are sitting quiet, by your table groups, people who are sitting quietly. If you notice, I have a couple of these signs around the room. The one up here says strongly agree. The one over there says agree. There's one in the back that says disagree. And over here it says strongly disagree. So I'm going to call on a few tables. Not everyone gets to do this now. Maybe if I ask another question later on, I'll pick other tables. So my question is, okay, so listen to the question first, and I'll point to which tables can get up and participate in this activity. All right. If you agree that the mountain king snake, If you think the mountain king snake is dangerous, I want you to go to the sign that says agree. If you do not think it's dangerous, then you go to the sign that says disagree or strongly disagree, meaning you really, if you strongly disagree, it means you have information from the text to support your information. If you strongly agree, it means you have information that supports your belief that it is dangerous. So once again, the question is, do you think the mountain snake is dangerous? Yes, I strongly agree, and I have information from the text. You come and stand over here. I agree, but I do not have information from the text to support me. You stand over there. I disagree, and I do not have information from the text to support me. Stand over there. And finally, I strongly disagree that it's not dangerous. Then you stand over there. Okay? So I am going to ask these first two tables to stand up and go ahead and participate. Once again, the question is, do you think the mountain snake, the mountain king snake is dangerous? Okay, everyone hold on and stop, freeze where you are. I'm going to clarify. So I'm going to change the question to a comment. Okay? And you're going to respond to this comment. So this comment is going to be true or false. Okay, I think the question, the way I stated it earlier, was not too clear. So listen to the comment. You're going to respond to this comment by going to either of these signs. The mountain king snake is dangerous. That statement can be true, that statement can be false. But based on what we just learned from the text, I want you to go to a sign that shows your opinion. If you think the mountain king snake is dangerous, then you go to where it says agree or strongly agree. If you think it's not dangerous, go to disagree or strongly disagree. Okay, so the comment or the statement is the mountain king snake is dangerous. Go ahead. All right, so over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students who strongly disagree. That means they do not think the mountain king snake is dangerous, and they have information from the text to support them. Over there on the other side, we have 3 students who disagree, meaning they also think the mountain king snake is not dangerous, and they do not have information from the text to support them. Okay? So what I want you guys to do now is go back to your tables and write down what you just did, meaning I disagree, or I disagreed, or I strongly disagree. Just write, and you can look at the signs and copy down the words, okay? So just write down disagree if you were over at the disagree sign, or strongly disagree if you were at strongly disagree. That the mountain king snake is dangerous. So go ahead and just write it down in your reader's notebook. While they're writing it down, I'm going to ask the next 2 tables and your table as well. Drissa, listen first, hold on. I'm not giving you the statement. The statement is this. The Western diamondback rattlesnake is not dangerous. The Western diamond rattlesnake is not dangerous. So if you agree that it's not dangerous, you go over here. If you strongly agree and you have information from the text to support you, you're over here. If you disagree, you're there, and so on. Once again, the comment is this: the Western diamondback rattlesnake is not dangerous. That statement can be true or false. You guys decide based on the information that you've learned so far. Go ahead, these three tables.
So if I agree that it's...
You go to the side where it is.
No, if I strongly agree that it's this.
Well, we're going to strongly meaning that you think it's, that means you think it is.
Did you even look it up? Did you reread?
It is dangerous.
Then you go to disagree. You don't You understand? I said the Western diamond rattlesnake is not dangerous. You either disagree and you believe it's dangerous, or you very good and you think it's not dangerous. Go ahead.
I strongly agree.
All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the reason why I'm saying the numbers of students is to just give a quantity of how many people are leaning to one side. 9 students strongly disagree, meaning you guys think that what I said the Western diamond rattlesnake is not dangerous, and you guys strongly disagree with me. That means you think it is dangerous, and you have information from the text to support you. We have 1 student who strongly agrees, meaning he thinks that the Western diamond rattlesnake is not dangerous, and he has information from the text to support what he believes, meaning his opinion. Okay, now you guys go back to your tables and write in your reader's notebook the sign beneath where you stood. If you were strongly disagree, write that down. If you were strongly agree, write that down. The first 2 groups should be done by now. I'm going to give these groups about 45 seconds to write it down. You can just copy the words. It's very simple. Just write down the name of the words of the sign where you stood. Okay? All right. At this time, I'm not going to ask you to. Thank you. I'm not going to ask you to share what you've written so far because the whole class got to see where you stood. But I trust that you guys have written something down in your reader's notebook. Okay? The group that just went right now, you guys should be done. I see most of you. If you're done, just show me a thumbs up, including the first 2 groups. If you've written something down, show me a thumbs up. All right. You're just writing the name of the words on the sign where you stood. Once again, very simple, very short. Okay, so if you're done, turn to page 240 and show me a thumbs up. Page 240. Okay? And I will read the first half, the box in the first half. You can put your hands down and follow along. Common names: desert thread snake or western blind snake. Scientific name: Leptoplops. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Humilis. The size is 6 to 13 inches. The habitat is mountain slopes, deserts, and rocky foothills. And it's a non-venomous snake, meaning it's not dangerous. This tiny harmless snake can be brown, purple, or pink in color. One of its 2 common names refers to its thin, worm-like body. The other refers to its lack of eyes. Instead of eyes that see, this snake has 2 black spots on its face. The thread snake burrows for its food under plant roots and rocks and in ant nests. It eats ants and other small insects. Okay? And finally, I want you to draw your attention to the box on the bottom half. It says Straits of Southwestern Snake. That's the title of the information in that box. There are some headings going on the top row going across. The first one in the orange rectangle says Straits. The second one says Mountain King Snake. The third one in the green rectangle says diamond-back rattlesnake. And finally, in the red rectangle, it says desert thread snake. That's in the row, the row going across. In the column going from top to bottom, the traits are venomous, and there's a picture. If the snake is venomous, they put its picture and it's on the heading for the name of the snake. Non-venomous, they put a picture. Desert habitat, meaning where it lives. Mountain habitat. Large size, meaning if it's a big snake, and small size if it's a small snake. So what they've done for us is they've shown us which category each snake falls into. So I can call on anybody and I can ask, is this snake venomous? All you need to do is just look at the chart, look at this table, see the name of the snake and see if there's a picture. You just follow, so you put your hand on the name, you put your hand on venomous and follow. If there's a picture, then you say yes. If you put your name on the snake and you put your hand on the trait and you follow, there's no picture, then you know it's not. That trait doesn't apply to it. Okay? So we're going to practice. I'm going to call on 2 people. So I hope you were following along and paying attention. And I just modeled one. I just gave you an example of the first one. So I'll do another one just to make sure everyone is following along. So my question is the desert thread snake, is it a large size snake? So I'm going to put my one finger on desert thread light, the rectangle, the red rectangle. I'm going to put my other finger, my thumb, is on there. I'm going to put my other finger on large size. I'm going to follow until my 2 fingers meet in that box right there. There's nothing, there's no picture in that box. That means the desert thread light snake is not a large size snake. And we have proof. Look at the picture. It's a small snake. Okay, so I'm going to call on 2 students. Shai Kwan, okay, looking at that table, I want you to find the diamond-back rattlesnake, put one finger on the green rectangle, and my question for you is the diamond-back rattlesnake, what habitat, what's one of its habitat? Does it live in the desert habitat? So put another finger where it says desert habitat and follow until you see if there's a picture in the box where they meet. And you can give me your answer.
You're not paying attention.
Yes.
Okay, good. Why do you say yes?
Because of the picture right here.
There's a picture, so what's the trait? I mean, what habitat is it?
Desert habitat.
And what's the name of the snake?
Diamond, black red.
Very good. Thank you, Shai Kwan. Sean Du. Okay. I want you to put one finger in the mountain king snake. Mountain king snake. Okay? My question for you is the mountain king snake non-venomous? Okay, so that's the trait. You put one finger on non-venomous and follow both fingers until you see where they meet. Okay? And then you can give me your answer. So you're saying it's non-venomous, meaning it's not dangerous. And is there a picture? Good. So the question, the word non-venomous means not venomous. So you're writing saying no, there is a picture there, meaning that it's not venomous. Very good. Okay, we only have about 4 minutes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to modify our lesson. What that means is I'm going to save those Venn diagrams. I'm going to take your questions now, and then we're going to wrap up with the debrief, okay? So I walked around earlier to see which table group had questions or comments written, and I'm only going to, for the sake of time, I'm only going to pick 2 students. I'll use the cup once again to make it fair. So if I don't call on you, I want you to still listen to what your classmates are saying, because they may have a similar question to the one you have, or they may have a similar comment, okay? And remember, look,
Listen and learn.
all right, very good. Alexa, do you have a comment or question for me from your reader's notebook?
Why is the rattlesnake poisonous?
Very good question. Alexa said, why is the rattlesnake poisonous? I can answer the question, or I can turn it to you guys. As a teacher, I don't think I should be doing all the talking. I think I've been doing a lot of that already, so I'm going to pick another student from the cup to answer Alexa's question. Her question is, Why is the rattlesnake, the diamondback rattlesnake, poisonous? Okay? Rampy.
It's poison because it can't defend themselves.
Say it again?
They don't have no other way to defend themselves.
Yes.
Okay, so Rampy says that the diamondback rattlesnake is poisonous because it doesn't have any other way to defend itself. Okay, that's one response. Some people may agree, some people may disagree. That's okay. Some people may have more information from the text. I'm going to pick one more student to ask a question and another student to respond to that. So for that question, Alexa, I would like you later on to look more on page 239 and see if there's some information there. And Rampy, do the same thing to add to that, to answer your question, okay? But that was a very good question, and thank you, Rampy, for participating. I picked my name. I don't know why I did that. All right, Ruth, do you have a question or comment?
Yes.
Which one? Question or comment?
Question.
Okay, what's your question?
Why did you invent the cup idea?
Oh, thank you. Okay, this is actually a good segue to our debrief, which is the end of the lesson. Why did I invent the cup idea? I used to teach 1st and 2nd grade, and one of my coworkers was using this suggestion, and one of the things I'm learning as a student at Teachers College is sharing ideas with each other, and when I observed their classroom, I saw that everyone was sitting quietly just like you guys are. They were focused, they were paying attention, and instead of having everyone raise hands and me calling on Destiny 5 times and calling on Ruth 7 times and calling on Drissa 10 times, I use the cup ideas because once I pick your name, I put it on the table, meaning I already call on you and other students get to be get a chance to respond. Excellent question. Thank you, Ruth. I'm going to pick one student right now to tell me they have a feedback, meaning for the debrief, meaning what is one thing you learned today from this lesson? Jakaya. Jakaya. This is a debrief we're doing right now. So you're going to give me your feedback. What is one thing you learned today from the lesson?
I know that
The desert thread snake. Good. She was trying to say the Latin name, so you can just say the common name. The desert thread snake.
the desert thread snake is the smallest snake in the world.
Okay, you learned it's the smallest snake in the world. All right. That's interesting. You can check later on to see you have supporting information from the text for that. Just going to pick one more student to tell me what I can do to make the lesson better. Okay? Naminata, do you have any suggestions for Miss Lydia on what I can do to make this lesson better in the future? On anything, any of the different things we did today. Okay, Naminata said next time we can play more games. So I want to thank you guys for participating. I think you did an excellent job. And I also want to thank Miss Wright, and also I want to thank Dino as well for being here with us today. Thank you, boys and girls.
Okay, what you're going to do now, boys and girls?